Hey guys, so I've just upgraded the storage of this laptop from a 240 gig SSD onto a 500 gigabyte model. And what I've done is I've cloned the old SSD onto the new one. Cloning saves a lot of time because this makes an exact replica of the old hard drive. That means Windows installation along with all of your files and apps will be copied over to the new drive. So you don't have to reinstall anything or copy any files manually. Everything will be exactly how it used to be like. Also, I'm using an external monitor to record this video, but yeah, it is the same laptop that I was upgrading at the starting of the video. Now, there is a bit of an issue here. The new 500 gigabyte drive shows up as 222 gig, which is how a 240 gig drive shows up after formatting. So, where did all the extra space go? Well, to check, let's open up the Windows Disk Management utility by right-clicking the Start menu and selecting Disk Management. And here we can see that we have got almost 240 gig worth of unallocated space. Now, there are two things that you can do with the unallocated space. Number one, you can create a new partition by right-clicking on the unallocated space and selecting New Simple Volume. But this will create a new partition and some people might not want that. So the second thing that you can do is merge the unallocated space with the C drive. And this is exactly what I want to do. And I think many people would also like to do this because they might be running out of space on their C drive. But as you can see, there is a problem. When I right click on the C partition, the extend volume option is grayed out. So there is no way to merge the unallocated space with our C drive. The only thing that I can do is create a new partition. So this happens because there is this recovery partition in between the C partition and the unallocated space. So there is no way that you can extend the C volume without deleting the recovery partition, which you cannot do using the disk management. That option is just not there. So in this video, I am going to show you how to manually delete the recovery partition and make use of the unallocated space by adding it to your C drive. By the way, it is completely safe to delete this recovery partition. I did this many years ago when I upgraded the storage from a 500 gigabyte drive to a 1 terabyte SSD on my main video editing PC, and it has been working fine for more than 2 years. As long as you have access to a bootable Windows 10 or 11 USB drive, you'll be okay. This will let you reinstall Windows or fix issues with your PC without the need of a dedicated recovery drive. And before we begin, a quick disclaimer: if you don't feel comfortable doing this, please stop watching this video and have an expert do this for you. And as always, take a backup of your sensitive files before tinkering with the partitions. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get started. Now the thing is, this disk management thing has its limitations. It cannot delete the recovery partition. So we will use command prompt to delete this. So minimize disk management, open up the start menu and search for command prompt, type in cmd and select run as administrator. You will get this prompt, just tap on yes. Now type in diskpart, that is DISKPART, and press enter. Then type list disk, that is LIST space DISK. Press enter. And this command list disk will show you all of the storage drives that are connected to your computer, including the USB ones. Now this laptop only has a single drive connected to it, so disk 0 is our boot drive. So we have to type in select disk, give a space and then type in 0. Now if you have multiple drives connected to your laptop or a desktop, go back into the disk management utility and make sure that you select the drive that contains the C partition and the recovery partition. In this case, disk 0 is our boot drive. So select disk 0 and press enter. Now that disk 0 has been selected, type in list partition and press enter, and this will list all of the partitions that are on disk 0, that is our boot drive. Now we have to select our recovery partition, so type in select partition, give a space and type in the number of the recovery partition. In our case, number 4 is the recovery partition, so we're gonna type in 4 and press enter. So now our recovery partition is selected. Now is the crucial part. Type in delete partition override, and as soon as you press enter, the recovery partition will be deleted permanently. So here we go. That's it. Our recovery partition has been deleted successfully. And you can open up disk management and you can see that the recovery partition is now gone. So we can now safely exit this, type in exit and enter. So once disk partition is closed, you can now close command prompt. And finally, now you can right click on the C drive and you will see that the extend volume option is now enabled. So finally, we can now add the unallocated space onto our C drive. That's it. You can see our C drive is now 465 gigabytes. Let's confirm, and there you go. So we have successfully added our unallocated space onto our C drive. And your computer will operate normally even if you delete the recovery partition. So let's quickly restart and confirm. Okay, so there you go. Everything is normal. The computer is starting up normally and we now have 500 gigabytes on our C drive. And I have plenty of tutorials on my channel. So if you want to check out how to clone the hard drive, I do also have an SSD cloning tutorial. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos like these and I will see you guys next time.